and welcome to Scotland Explored. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning and just going to be driving up to Glencoe to spend the day up there. So come along with me and hopefully we'll have a good day together. See you up there. I've just made a quick stop at Rannoch Moor. The Lochan you see behind me is called Lochan I think that's the right way to pronounce it. Absolutely stunning spot. The only problem we have this morning is that Black Mount over there is shrouded in cloud just now, so otherwise I might have gone down to the water's edge to get some nice reflections there, but the other problem this morning is the midges are a nightmare. They really are, and I'd put aside Skin So Soft, which is an Avon product, but it's supposed to be really good for midges, and I've tried it before and it actually works. But unfortunately, although I laid it out to take with me, I've forgotten to take it, so I'm kind of getting eaten alive a wee bit, but not quite so bad here. But a nice wee breeze would be quite handy for the midges, but unfortunately it would then put a ripple on the water. So I'm not going to stop too long here. I'm going to head on now and we'll go to Blackrock Cottage. But if you're into photography and you've never been to Glencoe area before, you could spend all day here taking photographs. In fact, I see somebody just over to my left. It's only just after 7 in the morning who's going to be taking photographs. So beautiful spot and well worth a visit. So we'll head off now to Blackrock Cottage. Right, here we are, Blackrock Cottage, absolutely stunning. Got some nice cloud just below the top of Glen Etive Moor there, although it's not quite as clear yet as it will be in a wee while, but absolutely stunning. Now, Blackrock Cottage is probably one of the most photographed cottages in Scotland. You'll see it in chocolate boxes, biscuit tins, front covers of books, you name it, it's there. Absolutely stunning view. Now, I believe you can actually rent this place out. It's the Women's Climbing Club of Scotland that actually own it, but I believe if you're affiliated to some certain clubs or certain climbing clubs, then you can rent this out. But I just imagine waking up to that in the morning. You'll not get much better than that. Absolutely stunning. And to get here, just come as if you're heading towards through Glencoe. You'll see the signpost for the ski centre, which is just about half a minute's walk from here, and normally there is a cafe there, but unfortunately around about I'm not sure if it's Christmas or New Year 2019, there was a major fire which gutted the whole thing. It was a handy stop off to get a bacon roll and a coffee, and even to go to the toilets. I think there are temporary toilets there, so they're probably still there. But whether they're open due to the COVID-19 thing yet, I'm not sure. But well worth a visit. And if you're into photography, you have to come here. And as I say, you'll not get many different photographs from thousands and thousands of other photographs that have been taken over the years. But it's always one to stick in the album as a place that you've visited. So I'm going to wait to get my camera now, just going to get a couple of shots. The lights kind of going off the cottage a wee bit of cloud up there, but no doubt it'll come back out. After taking these two photographs, I decided to put the drone up to get some aerial footage, but as you will see from the drone footage, Glen Etive Moor was still shrouded in cloud. I therefore decided to move on to Glen Etive. Made a quick stop on the road down to Glen Etive. I'm not actually going to go down that road. As you can see behind me there, Glen Etive Moor's still got cloud, and I wanted to get some photographs at the waterfall, which is just a few hundred yards back that way. But I've come here and it's actually glorious. Unfortunately, midges are still biting, but hey ho. So I'll get some shots here, just give you a rough idea what is down Glen Etive. But if you're a tourist and coming down Glen Etive, there are a number of laybys. It's not the best of roads, it's a single road. It's not bad, but you just have to take care when you're driving down it. And it's about, I don't know, is it about 19 miles I think, just off the top of my head. And you've got to take the same road back out, but again, well worth the view. And certain times of the year you get cracking rhododendrons further down the road, and the mountains in the background, and there's a wee Lochan down there as well that for photographers just makes brilliant place to get photographs. And also certain times of the year you'll get cracking pictures of the deer which come down off the mountains and looking for food, and sometimes you don't even need to get out your car to get a good picture. So well worth a visit, no matter what time of year it is. One of the fascinating things about Glencoe is that no matter what time of year or what the weather's like, you will get you'll be able to get different pictures if you're into photography. As you can see today, we've got sort of low-lying cloud, and when it peaks, top peaks through the cloud, it's quite interesting. Unfortunately, there's no light to light the scene up, but it just gives you an idea of the sort of moody atmosphere that you can get here in Glencoe. Right, here at Three Sisters, well-known beauty spot for tourists to stop off at. I see a few cars here today, but normally this car park would be absolutely jam-packed. You maybe even get a piper playing here, and this is iconic Glencoe. But Glencoe is also famous for the massacre, one of the darker things that happened up here, where the McDonald's slaughtered, I think it was about 38 of the McDonald's in the midst of winter, after the McDonald's had taken them in. I fed them, given them Highland hospitality, and they were betrayed by the Campbells who slaughtered them. And that's still remembered every year. I think it's, I'll put the date up, February 1692 maybe, 13th February, seems to ring a bell. I'll put the correct date up, but just a terrible period in the history of Glencoe. And most of the villages that were slaughtered would have had houses throughout Glencoe. So it wasn't just in one village, but the houses would be scattered throughout Glencoe. And as I say, it's remembered every year. We'll see if I can find the memorial stone for it in the Glencoe village. But we're just going to take in the views and enjoy it. The essential piece of kit when you're out for a day is one of these thermos. This is actually a thermos, and it costs about £25, but well worth the money. I've had cheap thermoses before, and by this time of the day, after a few hours, the coffee's lukewarm, but this keeps it really hot all day. I set off at 5 o'clock this morning. Can guarantee you 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock tonight, coffee will still be lovely and warm. So if you're a photographer, it's just as essential a piece of kit as your your camera or your gear that you wear when you're out, which is also important. Make sure you've got good quality gear. Today's fine, but I've got some waterproofs and stuff in the back just in case the weather changes. Not supposed to change, but hey ho. Anyway, I'm going to have this coffee and then we're going to head down the back road into Glencoe. There's a wee waterfall there. I want to get some video footage there. If you're a tourist, again, lovely road to go down, and I'll get some video footage of an inn that's there, an eating place, because again, when you're out, whether you're here by car or that, or just hill walking, at the end of the day, sometimes you're looking for a good feed, and you'll certainly get a good feed at this inn. So I'll stop off there, take some footage of that so you know exactly where it is. And there's one or two other eating places in Glencoe village and Ballachulish that are well worth a visit. So I'll stop briefly there as well, just get some video footage to let you know where they are. Okay, I'm going to enjoy my coffee now. Unfortunately, when I reached the waterfall, there wasn't a great flow of water due to the dry spell of weather that we've had recently. So I've used some drone footage that I took on a previous visit to Glencoe, and as you can see in this footage as well, you've got a view on the left hand side of the Rannoch Ridge, which is a wonderful ridge walk, but it's not one for the faint hearted. If you're going to do it, then you need to be fairly experienced, or at least be with experienced walkers, because once you're on it, you just have to keep going. Unfortunately, when I got to the Blackrock Inn, I forgot to turn the video camera on, so I've only got a couple of still shots of it. I did remember when we got to crafts and things to put the video on, but I can highly recommend the four of these eating places: Blackrock Inn, Crafts and Things, Glencoe Cafe and Ballachulish Visitor Centre, and I've eaten in all four of them, and they're all very good. So whether it's a coffee or something more substantial, you'll be able to find it in these places. After travelling along the back road into Glencoe village, just before you cross the bridge over the stream that will take you into Glencoe village, if you take a right, it'll take you up to Glencoe Lochan. Absolutely beautiful spot. There's a lovely walk, easy walk round the Lochan, and it's an ideal spot for photographers or tourists just to take in the beauty of this place. I only made a short visit here because I wanted to spend time along at the St John's Kirk in Ballachulish, and then go across the Ballachulish Bridge to get some video footage of the Bishop's Bay. So my time here was fairly limited. When I arrived at St John's Kirk, I put the drone up just to get some aerial shots to give you an idea of what it looks like. But in the winter time, when there's not so many leaves on the trees, you get some lovely pictures from where I was standing right up at the back of the graveyard. I then moved back down to the side of the kirk and took a photograph of this gravestone on the left here with the Pap of Glencoe in the background, and I'll just put that up for you now. Over to my right, as you face the Pap of Glencoe, you've got this lovely wee building here with a cross on the front door. And if you're here round about the end of May, there's just a carpet of bluebells in front of this building, and you can get some cracking shots from down near the road. However, as time was passing fairly quickly, I moved on now to Bishop's Bay. Hi, I'm looking over Bishop's Bay. To get here, you come over the Ballachulish Bridge, take the second turning on your right, it's signposted for Glencoe Lochan, and you come to a wee lay-by, maybe half a mile from where you turn right, and at the bottom of there's a small hill there, there's a lay-by. You park in there, a couple of minutes walk up a wee hill. Watch what you're doing, because it's a busy road and there's no pavements, and then you're at the top of the hill, there's these trees. Now the thing you have to watch here is that there's not a lot of space, and then it's a sheer drop down into the bay, so you have to be very careful what you're doing, but you're rewarded with these spectacular views. And obviously if you're into photography, again, no matter what season you come here, winter, spring, summer, autumn, you're going to get some lovely shots. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use the camcorder and take a couple of shots up here. I've left my camera down the car, and I may actually put a shot on that I've taken previously, if I can find it in all the thousands of photographs we've got. I'm not very organised, but anyway, well worth the trip up here. After this, I'm going to head back over the Ballachulish bridge and head back down the glen, try and get some of the shots that I missed this morning due to the cloud being fairly low over the mountains. We'll see what like it is when they head back down. But I'll go and take a couple of shots now with the camcorder, and I'll put them up even if they're not that great, but just give you an idea what you can achieve. Hi, that's me on the back road to King's house. I think I'll call it a day here. I managed to get the drone up, but I had to make it a fairly short flight because of the controller was saying that there was hardly any battery left in it, so I really didn't want to take any chance, and it has been playing up a wee bit with me today, so we'll try and get that sorted out. And but I hope you've enjoyed the short trip to Glencoe. There were one or two other places I wanted to go to, but that'll be for another day. Have my final cup of coffee, still hot. Really, I would really recommend you get a good thermos if you're going to be coming out, spending days out in the countryside. Nothing to beat it. And so hopefully, if you've enjoyed this video, you'll subscribe and tick the bell, and that means you'll get any new videos as they come out. Don't know how often I'll be able to do them, maybe once a fortnight or so, but we'll visit other places, St Andrews, East Newquay Fife, these sort of places as well, and hopefully get up north at some point. But in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and God bless. Cheers. For another coffee break and a double decker. A bit of sugar intake. See if it's still piping hot. Oh, what a beauty. I'm too enthusiastic to get the coffee out. Too precious to spill. There we go. Oh, lovely. Absolutely wonderful. You can't whack it.